What up, 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 what up? How's everybody doing? Hey guys. Oh my goodness. Do I look like I'm basking in the glow of 30 hours of yoga in the last 3 days? Not quite that much. Like 25, I think. Ooh wee! What the frick is up, dudes? How's everyone doing? We're just going to do a little short stream here tonight because I still got to wrap up about the same time I normally do. I got yoga in the morning and I got to go try and trap that frickin' orange boy. Did you guys see this guy? Oh my goodness. Wait. Hold on. Oh shit. Wait. Hold on. Boys, we got a new Guth. We got a new Guth in the house. Hold on, let's save this. We gotta save Savannah. Just finished watching Weapons and wow. What'd you think, Bunny? Yeah, I saw your message. Wait, dude, I saw it last night. Wow, I was right. Madigan's character is creepy as fuck, right? Yeah, dude, she is super creepy. Spooky and intense. I needed a couple minutes of not Epstein stuff. For sure. But also kind of Epstein stuff. What up, iKind? What up, Drink? Over the Epstein stuff. I hear ya. The orange kitty looks well fed. I hope a human won't be sad when... Well, the person that I'm helping that's like in the video, she's the one who feeds him. But she reached out to Greenpoint Cats, which is a charity that I've helped with before and stuff, and I've gotten a lot of my kitties from, and but they basically do TNRing, right? Trap, neuter, return. But yeah, she's been feeding him for like 3 or 4 years, she said, and he's a sweet boy. He's like super friendly, you know, for a street cat especially. And so once it got, dude, when it was like brutal cold here the last like 3 weeks, basically, it's been in like it was in single digits for like a full week. It was really awful. And I was worried about my kitties out back, but luckily they got houses and shit. But so she reached out to people at Greenpoint Cats to help, or to see if they could like find him a home. Because she wants him to go inside. She can't adopt him. I don't think her building or whatever, her situation doesn't allow it, because she does like him. She loves him, but she wants him to be safe and have a happy family more than she wants to like continue feeding him. But she's been feeding him for a while. Yeah, it's not like that's the thing. I mean, dude, standing out, like if someone's feeding these cats or like owns the cats or whatever, standing out there for an hour, you'll find out. I talked to like 20 people last night. Everyone was like, "Oh, are you trying to get the orange guy?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "You're just trying to like adopt him into a house, right?" Like everyone knows him and was stoked. It was cool. 'Cause yeah, I mean the whole thing is like for feral cats, a lot of them don't want to come in. They're terrified. They aren't socialized to humans. They're wild, basically. Like, you could domesticate or, like, make a feral cat be okay. But it takes a long time. Like, dude, my Mushka, I literally got her when she was, like, 6 months old. And even 6 months, like, dude, she was fucking horrified for, like, the first 6 months. And, dude, she didn't even, like, she didn't like me the way she does now. And even then, it's kind of, like, she doesn't really, like, snuggle. She likes her distance. But it's taken, like, 6 years to get her like that. But, yeah, some of these cats, like, all of my cats out back, I could never touch any of them. Ever. I've seen them for like 8 years. I've fed them for 8 years. They will never let me touch them. Because when when I'm coming home, sometimes they'll be out in front. And then if they see me, even though they know my voice, they know it's me, I'll go slow, they'll bolt and they run to the back. But so anyway, if you have friendly outside cats, then the first thing is, even if they're not friendly cats, you trap them and then you neuter or spay them, and then you assess basically if you can pet them, if they're friendly or whatever. If they are, most places like Greenpoint Cats has like a bunch of fosters, and then people will foster them until someone adopts them. They don't really have like it's not like the ASPCA where they've got like their own place. The person who runs it has like basically her apartment is a cat haven, but it's not like the ASPCA, you know, so they rely on people to foster and shit. And then if the cats can be adopted, they're adopted. But the thing with this orange boy, he's already been neutered, so he knows the drill. Anyway, here, watch him. He's so funny. He's a good boy. But yeah, I'm not stealing anyone's cat. I promise. I would never.
Happy
Well, that's not true. I've stolen someone's cat before, but that's because they didn't take care of him.
Valentine's Day. I'm going to trap a freaking orange boy. He seems to be nice, so I'm gonna put him in my bathroom if I can catch him in my little trap tonight. I'm gonna get him. All right, his name's Kiddo. He seems like a big sucker, so wish me luck. I'm hoping it's gonna be a quick one.
Wait, Lori, are you saying that you're saying in the Minutes of Horror video? I do have that pulled up. You're saying in that Minutes of Horror video, he talks about the Ghislaine, which Ghislaine pics of the nose and more. You can see clearly it's not the same person. Are you talking about the prison stuff, or are you talking about the John Benet Ramsey nose? Like her fucking hook nose, her beak, when she's out being a predator for John Benet Ramsey.
Okay, the trap is set.
You're probably talking about the like from prison shit. Yeah, I bet that's AI. I bet it's not even real. Dude, she's not in jail. She's loving life somewhere. She's probably living in Mar-a-Lago, bro. What are we gonna do? I do think that Jeffrey Epstein footage from Israel with the beard, I think that might be AI too. I think we got goofed a little on that one. But that's okay. I mean, he is alive. It doesn't matter.
I need this big orange galoot to make his way over here now. Come on, buddy. We got yoga in the morning. All right. We're trying to get Kiki. He's a little skittish. He already went in it, and then he walked away.
Yes, this is Jen. This is the one. This is Kiddo's frickin', like, you know, caretaker. That's usually what we call him. But it's cool. Greenpoint Cats, Becky, the person who runs Greenpoint Cats, she texts me because she knows where I live. She has basically a database of all of the colonies of cats in Brooklyn and who takes care of them, how many cats there are. You know, like sometimes they've even got pictures of it. They got like a database, and most of it's just in Becky's head too. But so if like there used to be someone behind me who had a couple of her own cats that were separate from mine. And so, you know, she just like text and be like, "Oh, hey, can you do this?" She just texted me a couple days ago, and I've been meaning to ask her. I want to get back into trapping and stuff, and, you know, getting some of these cats fixed and taking care of the colonies and stuff. 'Cause yeah, it's cool, man. It's a cool community. Like, every fucking colony has its own person that's taking care of it, usually, if not a couple people. So it's cool to just, like... And they're always the coolest, weirdest people. Weird in the best way, you know? But, yeah, Jen, she's a character. She's super fun. And a ton of people were coming up to us, and it was Valentine's Day last night too, so everyone was like drunk and like they saw the cat and they're like, "Oh, kitty!" And then they saw the trap, and there was like a group. One girl was like, "Wait, leave them alone! They're trying to trap him! Run!" And she like pushed her group away. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's something to talk about. It's easy to talk to people too when you're just chilling out there with the trap. But yeah, so she knows like all of the people who take care of all the colonies. They call them like they'll call like mine, they'll call my address colony. But yeah, it's fun. And it's kind of like hunting. It's a little bit like hunting, but you don't kill anything. It's a live hunt. Dude, this goofball, he walked straight in this fucking trap. And he was like, his whole body was in, but his tail wasn't. And Jen was like, should I just push it? Because he wasn't quite in. You have to walk all the way into the trap and he has to put his paws on the end, and then it drops the thing behind him. And he got all the way to it and put his paws like at the very edge of it so he didn't push down. Jen was like, should I hit it? And I was like, no, I think he's going to step. And then he fucking literally turned around and bolted out. I was like, we would have had him in 30 seconds if I was like, yeah, just drop it. But I don't know if she just hits it, if it'll go down. I found out 5 minutes later that yes, he was rubbing his face on it like this. And he kept dropping it.
Hey, he caught us. He's scoping it out. He's trying to figure it out. Yeah. Uh-oh. You got it, bud. If you see his little ear, he's already been ear tipped, so he's like, I fell for this once. I'm not getting neutered again. You're not gonna take it away again. He's too smart. Oh no. He's on his way back, and he saw that there wasn't food in his other spot, so maybe he'll fall for the trap now.
Yeah, Lori, isn't this... I agree. This, oh shit. The thumbnail for tonight is incredible. This should be a fucking shirt too, right? Look at this guy. It's pretty great. There it is in its full glory. This cat doing up dog is so good. And they're so fat. I love it. This one doing tree. I don't know what this one's doing. This one's just doing splay. Just doing. This orange boy looks so happy. Proud of himself. Yeah, I agree. Thoth outdid himself on that today.
Come on, buddy. Bro, I swear this might be the only orange boy in existence with a full brain cell just to himself. He's got it. He doesn't have to share it between any of them. He's just using it. It's a full one, and it works. Come on, fall for it, buddy.
He wanted it so bad, he was like, I'm too smart for this. I can't believe...
He's doing a standoff. He doesn't want to go get his food. He's too smart for it.
He just kept looking at her like, excuse me, this isn't what we do. You put the can on the ground. I don't go in the box. Sorry. He's like, do you see my ear? I fell for this before. I'm not that dumb. This boy has his own brain cell. He doesn't have to share it with the Orange Collective. He has, or he had it last night. He might have been in possession of the brain cell last night. We'll see about tonight. Hopefully he doesn't have it tonight. But I'm getting a different trap that's bigger. I think he's too big. And I think that this is how they got him before. But, damn it. The one that I'm going to use tonight is like bigger. And it's a box. It's literally like a mouse trap, like a cartoon mouse trap. It's just a big box, and then it has an arm that you attach a string to, and then you walk away, and then put the food inside, and then when he's in there, you go yoink it. Although I've never done a transfer from a big crate, so I'm kind of nervous about that, because you have to put it into a smaller crate before you take him home, because the big crate doesn't have a bottom. So you gotta get him to go in a carrier and shut the fucking carrier without him getting out. So, I don't know.
Now he's just being cute. Come on, bud. He's mocking us and trying to drop the trap by rubbing his face on it. Too smart. Alright, he outwitted us tonight. He dropped the trap for the third time. There's no way he's going in, but we'll get him tomorrow. Smartest cat ever. Smartest orange boy in existence. Okay, happy Valentine.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to try and get Kiddo again later tonight after we're done streaming here. Bro, your mom's Michael Jackson theory going viral. Macaulay Culkin saying he saved him from the island, but also Culkin's super good friends with Seth Green. Oh, yeah, that's right. And he made... Remember when he was in his pizza band? Did he save him from the island? I don't know. Maybe he ended up going there anyway. But yeah, dude, mom's totally right about MJ, I'm pretty sure. I know, it is making its rounds on the interwebs, isn't it? I've been sending her videos that I find on TikTok of people talking about Michael Jackson being innocent. But yeah, he's a good boy. I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna catch his ass. All right, hold on. We got to see this. What is the guff doing? Where's your mom, Savannah? Shit. This was 37 minutes ago. We're blessed.
I wanted to...
It says bring her home. It's never too late to do the next right thing. What do you mean the next right thing? What was the first right thing they did? Savannah, I'll tell you this right now. It's never too late to do the right thing and tell the truth. Come on, Savannah.
On, and it's been 2 weeks since our mom was taken, and
like, dude, let's be real. Oh, taken by who, dude? What are you talking about? For what? You think they've just been feeding your mom the last 2 weeks? Like, what is this all for? Who killed your mom? It's someone in your family. You have to tell us. You have to. Come on, tell the truth. Tell the truth, Savannah. The truth will set you free.
I just wanted to come on.
Yeah, Seth Green is not cool, dude. He a baby eater.
And say that we still have hope. And we still believe.
I don't. I think you killed your mom hard.
And I wanted to say to whoever has her or knows where she is that it's never too late. And you're not lost or alone. And it is never too late to do the right thing. And we are here.
Pay, Savannah. Have you paid the ransom? Have you paid the ransom? Huh? Have you negotiated a price for the ransom that you can afford? If not, I don't want to hear it. I don't care. This is Al Roker's commenting on this shit. We believe and we are with you. We believe and I do not. I'm not with Al Roker. We believe. Why does Al Roker have to say we believe you? He's saying we believe you. Why do you have to say that? What the fuck? We believe you? Why? Is the greater consensus that no one believes you? I shared in the Discord they shut down the FBI's crypto crime division last year. Now the $6 million Bitcoin ransom. Shaking my head. Totally unrelated for sure. I know, right? Isn't this beautiful? We are with you in this valley. Not me, Savannah. Who's Dylan Drainer, BC? I continue to pray every chance I get. I love you. I don't. Honestly, I don't think about Savannah Guthrie unless I'm here goofing on her. I've given you no energy towards getting your mother home because we know that you killed your mother, allegedly, in my opinion, Savannah. And honestly, I think it's mostly in your opinion. I'm just going off of your cues. You seem to be telling us that you murdered your mother. I'm just saying. It's never too late to do the next right thing. The first right thing was Savannah Guthrie getting her mom's money. You think she looks different? Well, there's better lighting, so that's definitely a plus. Sloan Bella says she's dead already? She's fucking dead then. If Sloan Bella's on it. Who did Sloan say killed her? Savannah, right? Sloan's gotta think that Savannah killed her. Sloan ain't no fucking dummy.
We believe. And we believe in the essential goodness.
I don't believe
every human being.
Well, except for you.
And it's never too late.
Why'd you kill your mom?
I wanted to come on and...
Dude, this is so acty. This is like watching someone's fucking self-tape submission for sad woman, sad mourning mother, sad mourning daughter. Bad self-tape. Sorry. Those eyebrows got warrants. This whole Savannah's got warrants pretty soon.
It's been 2 weeks since.
Boys, honestly, how do we think this is going to conclude? Dude, I swear to God, honestly, if there isn't a fucking climactic end to this, I am going to be so mad. She used to be a smoke show? Yeah, and then all that doing 9/11, cover and fucking being a mouthpiece for the regime, the American regime, like, this is what it does to you. It makes you kill your mom and fucking then bring us into it like we fucking care. Imagine if Nancy finally realized that 9/11 was an inside job and that the world is a stage and got sick of it and just left. That would be awesome. What if Nancy was like, I am so sick of my daughter being a fucking a rat working for this goddamn government, this fascist government. My daughter's here running offense for them, covering for pedophiles. I'm going to the real press, unlike my daughter, who is a fucking shill. What if Nancy was saying that shit? Bro, then me and Nance, oh my God. Hold on, where's that picture of me and Nance? Did I add that to the Miro? I better. Oh, I see. You're saying this lady. Oh, yeah, dude. That ain't Ghislaine Maxwell. Look at that big old nose. What the fuck? Got her. I thought I had it all together, but I was led astray the day you walked away. You know that was ticking in my heart. There's a mind. No, don't hide. Here we go. Hold on, let me get a still for this real quick, because this has got to go in the fucking Miro. Dude, I'm telling you, me and Nance, she was about to out her fucking rat daughter, bro. Yeah, one of us. Dude, Savannah killed her mom because she was gonna join the Knit Witches. What if dude, Nancy was gonna, Nancy was like, I've been watching this streamer, CatDad42069, and he says you're a crock of shit, and all the government, all the media, they're all complicit. They did 9/11. I'm going to tell everyone. And Savannah, if you don't use your privilege and your power and your access to do good and to stop this, then I'm going to kidnap myself and I'm going to ransom myself. I'll make a beautiful couple. Dude, but seriously, how is this going to end? You think they're just going to find her in a hole? It's going to be like that one guy who put his family in an oil drum. What did they do to Nance? Dude, I forgot about that. I noticed that, and after I made the video, look at how hairy her fucking arm is and how meaty it is. It's so funny. That was sticking in my heart. Nancy's got fucking old man arms. I would be Savannah's dad and her cat's dad and cat dad. Exactly, dude. Damn, I be rocking these pants low. These are some low risers. Smizing. Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta see that fucking... Where's that jizz lane shit again? Change my state of mind. Wait. 1 sec. Hold on. Oh my god, Mine Unveiled already released another video? Holy fuck, what are we doing to be so blessed? You thought I had it all together, but I was led astray the day you walked away. You got the clock that was ticking in my heart. Changed my state of mind.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we got him. Fuck you, Savannah Guthrie. Let's load that bitch up. So yeah, anyway, well, okay, I saw this right before stream.
For entertainment purposes.
This is pretty good. You guys remember when Les Wexner was like, I'm possessed by a Dyatlok, a Goiktok, what did he call it? Datklo, a demon. I have a split personality. I'm a demon. Fucking mission accomplished. Yeah, we gotta get the mission accomplished banner. Bush mission accomplished. Boom, this is us, boys. We fucking did it. Jizzlane. Fake. Oh, wait, I didn't even show the picture when we did it. Hold on, let's do it again. I thought I had it all together, but I was led astray. The day you walked away, you were the clock that was ticking in my heart. Changed my state of mind.
ladies and gentlemen,
we got her.
We got him.
Oh, let's fucking go, boys. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I love evidence. All right, here, let's watch this a sec.
Purposes only.
Is that Wexner in 1985 basically is like, yeah, I'm possessed by a...
Oh, yeah, wait. Did anything happen this weekend? I literally have been checked out for the last 3 days. So let me know if we're missing any huge things that we got to talk about. Hopefully the world just waited for us, you know?
demon that tells me what to do.
Seth Green's always offering to babysit. Truer words have never been spoken.
And I have a split personality, and my the nice part of me is stunted, and I'm controlled by like this demon.
My whole argument here is that we are mincing words, that we live in a simulation, and that possession is the same as someone grabbing a controller and hopping on a server. I am not saying that life is a video game, so don't do anything stupid. I'm using that as an analogy. This is where words sort of run out, in my opinion. They fail, because if a chimpanzee were taught the word box, he might say that a house is just a big box. Well, it's a lot more than that. But to him, a big box is an accurate description, or good enough. For us, we know that it has internal workings, a kitchen, all of the things that make a house run, that it's way more than a big box.
That tells me what he uses a Yiddish word that literally means demon. It's de book, I think is how it's pronounced. Which is anyway, in the case of Wexner, yeah, that's the word he.
Was he about to say which is COVID backwards? Was he about to say that? Devolk. Oh my God, they COVIDed us, dude. They demoned us.
There's a lot of words he could have picked in Yiddish that sounded nicer, but he wanted to brag about basically being a demon-possessed crazy guy.
I also wanted to explain this is a lot bigger than Judaism. If you read the book Gods of Eden, this is talked about as every religion on earth being an infiltration of things from not here, whether it be extraterrestrial or interdimensional, but not from here, taking advantage of people. So please be kind, and if you made it this far, don't forget to subscribe. For entertainment purposes...
Gallup is no longer measuring presidential approval after 90 years? What the fuck? MAGA means witch in Latin? Oh man, they're doing bad thing. They're doing bad to witches. Wait. Oh my God. After 88 years, false, not 90 years. Don't mix it up here. It's one of our favorite numbers. HH 88. Yeah, Les Wexner's name is all over Ohio State. He's donated so much money. Dude, and then wasn't the whole fucking Jim Jordan sex scandal fucking... Well, it was Jim Jordan was a part of the program. He wasn't the one doing the fucking diddling. It was like one of the coaches, but he was there during it. Please volunteer at your local data center. Yeah. Volunteer the way Mr. Robot volunteers at data centers. I like the diversity of news being provided when Cat Dad asked. Yeah. SpongeBob's address goes straight to Little St. James in Google Maps. News to me. Cancer cure is announced. I'm sure we'll never see those, right? France and Germany allegedly have the files unredacted. Okay, where the fuck are they? Jizz Lane with Down syndrome, maybe. Yeah, dude. New Mind Unveiled is solid. Yeah, we might put that on real quick after. I think I might want to watch that instead of minutes, if that's okay. Kevin Hart routine called BOP. It's about Seinfeld and pizza. What? Dude, this is crazy. Gallup will no longer track presidential approval ratings after more than 8 decades doing so. The public opinion polling. I mean, dude, what does that tell you? That tells you exactly what the approval rating is. The company said starting this year it would stop publishing approval and favorability ratings of individual political figures, saying in a statement it reflects an evolution in how Gallup focuses its public research and thought leadership. So a billionaire cuck owns this shit, and they just don't want us to know. Like, I think deleting the presidential opinion approval rating, it tells you how much people approve. This is funny. Honestly, I hope that they fucking next. You know what should go next? The fuck Reuters. What's that one? Political. What's the other fact checker? All those fact checkers, burn them. The ADL, burn it. What else? The Red Cross, burn that shit. Those are charities. Well, charities. Child trafficking organizations, but we could watch both if we're down. Maybe. Yeah, possibly. I still gotta go try and trap this cat tonight. But that's kind of dependent on when I get the fucking, oh, and there's a John Levi. Shit. Well, we got to save shit for tomorrow, too. Oh, and Coop, what's really going on with Nancy Guthrie? Epstein connected? Coop says Epstein connected? Oh, God. Yeah, because the Clintons are hiding this shit. Oh, wait, I forgot. Also, the story is that Savannah Guthrie interviewed an Epstein survivor. Oh, damn. Coop's doing a new look too. He's sitting in a chair. Look at that. Oh, here, we'll save this for tomorrow. The Epstein files are destroying Joe Rogan. Dude, honestly, I love that everyone is just talking about this shit. This is what needs to happen. It needs to be all-encompassing. I'm so sick of it, right? I mean, I don't want to hear about it anymore either, but it does need to blow up until, I don't know, something has to happen. Something's got to happen, right? All right, I'll stop talking and then we can actually watch something. Here, let's do... Oh, wait, I did want to watch this Becca video.
Jeffrey's assistant, who was a member of the Core 4. Okay, this is a conversation between Leslie Groff, one of Jeffrey's assistants, who was a member of the Core 4, and Mary Beth Brown, who worked as Elon Musk's assistant for over 12 years. I believe she was fired because she asked for a raise or something. This conversation took place on February 22nd of 2013. Leslie reaches out to Mary Beth and says, "Hello, Mary Beth.
New stoop Coop.
I have now sent you a copy of all the girls' passports. Sorry, blank is upside down, but I figured you would print. Jeffrey will have..."
Yeah, I couldn't be more appreciative for Joe Rogan's downfall. It is amazing to watch everyone be like, this dude is a fucking... He literally sucks Peter Thiel off. Dude, honestly, Tim Dillon has been fucking... He's been swinging pretty hard, and it's pretty awesome. I mean, mostly, it was the shit that pissed... Oh, wait. 1 minute warning. Holy fuck, it's already 9/11. Tim Dillon's been pretty funny with some shit. I'm sure he's still a fed, but at least he's a funny fed, you know?
His ID with him. Thank you, Leslie, assistant to Jeffrey. Mary Beth Brown responds...
I need all of these fucking... The Epstein files needs to be everyone's downfall. Sorry. It's not a distraction. It is the thing. It's the fucking Trojan horse, boys. The four horsemen of the apocalypse of capitalism, bitch. Yeah, Rogan, relax the throat and cup the balls.
Stating, "Thanks, Leslie, all received." Leslie responds saying, "Terrific." Now, why is Elon Musk's assistant collecting the passports of girls that are going to be accompanying Jeffrey to see Elon Musk, apparently? Maybe they're going to, the SpaceX campus and it's, protocol or something. But, even then, does Elon Musk not feel like he's in a little deep here? Your assistant has copies of the passports of presumed victims for unknown reasons we can only speculate. And even if it is just to
blow Stroganoff chunks, right?
Come tour SpaceX or something like that, because we know that in 2012 Ramble and Elon Musk allowed Jeffrey to come tour SpaceX. Maybe it was a similar situation, but did he truly never think stuff like this would come out? Truly imagine being that delusional. Okay, this is a conversation between Leslie Groff, Okay,
real.
so people on the internet found Nadia Marcinkova of Jeffrey's core 4.
Yeah, dude, I saw this. Some other creator, her fans found Nadia Marcinkova,
who has been like rumored to be missing for years and years, and we've talked about this before, and I have shared my theory of how I believe Nadia is much closer than anyone realizes, and where the internet found Nadia gives my theory of where I believe Nadia and some of the other
she's literally in New York, bro.
core 4 members have been hiding out. More weight and more credibility. So we have talked a lot about Nadia Marcinkova. If you are unfamiliar with who she is, go watch my series on the core 4. But as we've talked about, there's a lot of nuance to Nadia, because Nadia was recruited very young and she remained with Jeffrey for probably
never forget. Sorry. I don't have anything. Here, let's just listen to the freaking jam. Hold on. I thought I had it all together, but I was led astray. Day you walked away. If I told you to... If I told you Timothy was Paul, would you tell me I'm wrong, or would you hear the truth?
Fuck the FBI, wizards of propaganda, and that's word to all the charred corpses at Waco, Texas. Before I was even questioned, you already got your answer. I was charged for having a voice like a payphone message. It's all respect, but a great loss of love till it's bounty on your head. Paper towel to stop the blood. Might as well arrest Congress too. It's all fucked. They don't respect the Constitution. They look for loopholes and chop it up. If you want something devil, you gotta break a couple of eggs. I'ma see how much chaos I can fit inside this truck bed. Till it's 168 dead, 19 kids who truly lives. I'm the baby held by the dead mother at Ruby Bridge. I'm losing it. And the proofs and the hallucinogens. Follow the white rabbit.
You guys hear me?
Let loose from the Loomy bin. Don't listen to the news again. It's all a lottery like karma coming for anyone trying to give truth a spin.
Who is Tim?
Who is Tim, bitch? Who is Tim?
Ooh.
Who is Tim, bitch?
Who is Timmy McVeigh?
Who is Tim, bitch? Who is Tim? Who is Tim, bitch?
Happy 9/11.
Who is Tim? Who is Tim? Who is Tim, bitch? Who is Timmy McVeigh? Who is Tim, bitch? Who is Tim? Who is Timmy? Who is Timmy? Who is Timmy McVeigh?
Yo, everything was so much simpler back in the day, before the internet came and started having its way, before these pesky ass hooligan kids tweeting and twitting exposed the whole plot of us FBI bitches. If you only knew what I was capable of, the lives I've destroyed and the buildings I've turned to dust, you'd call me God or the devil or maybe Yahweh. You can call me any name you want except Timmy McVeigh.
Who is Paul, bitch? Who is Paul, bitch?
You can't call me Timmy McVeigh.
Who is Paul, bitch? Who is Paul, bitch?
You can call me any name except Timmy McVeigh.
Who is Paul, bitch? Who is Paul, bitch?
Just don't call me Timmy McVeigh.
Who is Paul,
Please.
Who is Paul, bitch?
Don't point out the obvious and call me Timmy McVeigh. Please.
If I told you
Timothy was Paul,
would you tell me I'm wrong, or would you hear the truth?
9/11.
If I told you
9/11.
Timothy was
9/11. 9/11. 9/11.
Don't listen to
9/11. 9/11. Namaste.
It's not true. Paul is not Timothy. Stop saying that.
Dude, Mac, that beat goes so fucking hard. And Black Death just coming out with this. Fuck the FBI.
Wizards of propaganda, and that's word.
Wizards of propaganda. 9/16, boys, never forget. Take a second toke. Paul McStay, yeah. Fuck yeah, boys. All right, come on. No more dilly-dallying. We got We got shit to do.
Longest out of any other girl or woman attached to Jeffrey aside from Ghislaine. And it is 100% factual that Nadia started as a victim and then did indeed become a recruiter herself and recruited countless girls into Jeffrey's ring and also engaged in physical activity with them. So yes, she did originally start as a victim, but that does not take away from the harm that she did to countless other teens and young girls. And if you read the emails, you can see that it's very obvious that Nadia believed she was in love with Jeffrey, and there were times where Jeffrey would send her away and she would beg to come back. But Nadia was protected by Jeffrey's non-prosecution agreement, his sweetheart deal in 2008, and even after that, she maintained a close relationship with Jeffrey.
What, she's a fucking Buddhist? Oh, what is this? What is she? Where is she? Was she in a karate class? What is going on? She's like, namaste, boys, but also, I be trafficking your kids.
Free after he was charged.
Wait, did they actually change Kurt Cobain's ruling of suicide to murder? Is that real? Or I saw a video earlier. I was like, why am I seeing a bunch of Kurt Cobain videos? What the fuck is going on? They're really trying to they're trying to get us millennials to fucking pay attention to anything else. They're like, "Oh, you guys remember the Kurt Cobain stuff that we lied to you about 20 years ago? Well, you want the truth now? Bro, we know the truth. We know Courtney Love is a fucking CIA asset. She's in the dude, I wouldn't doubt it if Jeffrey Epstein was involved. Why else is she in fucking Jeffrey Epstein's black book? She owes him because he probably fucking killed Kurt for her, and then they were like, yeah, cool, okay, now do pedophile shit for us. And she's like, great. My dad was a pedophile, so makes sense. Oh, you want me to get a bunch of young girls for you? Hell yeah. I'll go do a karate class, and then I'll be absolved. Yeah, Tupac's murder's gonna get solved next. What the fuck?
And went to prison. But people found out that
You like the chorus, Black Death? All right, do you guys think we like the who was Tim shit? Who was Paul? All right. I'm just gonna add a couple more ad libs and stuff. Tomorrow is fucking what is it? It's holiday, isn't it? It's President's Day. So maybe I'll be able to re-record it tomorrow. JE files prove Courtney did it. Really? Is there anything in there about it?
Nadia has been very involved in like this
Zen Studies Society. This is hilarious.
Studio that's in New York City. And I was doing a little bit of research on this Zen Studies Society, which is like this studio where people all come to practice Zen Buddhism. What's very interesting is this leader of this Zen Society. His last name is Shimano. He was in charge of this Zen Society from 1965 until 2000.
Wait, you're saying Sloan Bella said that Tana Mojo, Courtney loved Mac Miller? Was she hanging out with Mac? No fucking way. What?
2010, and he had to resign because he was having inappropriate relations with a student, and then there were many other allegations that came out against him. Jeffrey apparently knew about this guy all the way back in 2015. He received a chain email from someone named Gregory Brown. In this email, it talks about this leader of the Zen Society with the last name Shimano, and it calls him the predator of the Upper East Side. It like talks about his reputation of having a history of SA allegations levied against him. And here's what I find very interesting. So you know how I have theorized that since Mark, Jeffrey's brother, still owns the model apartments, the apartments where Jeffrey housed models and victims, etc., sometimes even his employees, you know, East 66th Street, you guys know how I've theorized that since Mark still owns all of those properties and all of those apartments, why would members of the core four not still live there? Why would people who worked for Jeffrey in some capacity not still live there? And I've theorized this not only because Mark still owns all these properties, but just basic background checks show that some of the closest women to Jeffrey, some of their most recent or recent addresses are a unit within East 66th Street. And I put the address of this Zen Society studio.
Where is it?
Into the map where I've been logging where like all the co-conspirators were, where the modeling agents were, etc., etc. And look how close this Zen Society studio is to the apartments where Jeffrey housed victims, employees, models, etc. And they have another location where it's like, I don't know if it's like a temple or like a retreat area that the Zen Society has, and it's like a little further out of the city. Here's another look of it. But what's
dude, I don't think that was the one that I was trying to go to. Thank God, but oh my God, can you imagine?
super spooky is this Zen Society place where Nadia is super involved in. Regularly invite kids from schools to come to their studio as like a field trip. And even more unsettling, right next door to this Zen Society studio where Nadia, a longtime associate of Jeffrey who recruited children and engaged with children to please her boyfriend, is right next door to a daycare. And like another thing that like made Nadia's involvement more egregious was she eventually got her pilot's license as Jeffrey.
Jay, I'm absolutely not going there. Well, no, last year I was trying to go to a meditation retreat and it got canceled last minute. But it was like in the Catskills too. It was a couple hours away.
Paid for her to go through piloting
But I don't think it was that one.
school, and she herself began flying the plane that transported victims to and from Jeffrey's properties so that Jeffrey could have his way with them. So I just find all that very interesting, and I still believe that Mark, Jeffrey's brother, actively collects rent from either victims or co-conspirators or employees, former employees of Jeffrey in present day. I 100% believe that. You cannot convince me that Mark did not know everything.
Yeah.
And then some.
Yeah, his brother needs to get fucking locked up too. He needs to be under the jail. They all do, bro.
That his brother was doing. Anyway,
What? Tana Mojo posted text screenshots that made it seem like she was hooking up with Mac around the time he died, like right after he passed away, and people were really shook by it because it wasn't public. Then she deleted it. What? Bro, if Tana Mojo had anything to do with Mac dying, she probably delivered him the hot shot.
thought that was interesting. I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, so people on the internet found Nadia. Okay, I was just
Sorry, Becca's on a tear. Oh, shit. Sam Hyde appearance. Watch out.
chatting with one of my besties, Lily Marston from the Do We Know Them podcast.
Oh, wait. Dude. Does this... I'm pretty sure me and Becca might be friends, dude. Does this mean friends? Because when I click on... When I'm on TikTok and I see one of her videos, it says, your friend. We might have Becca's ear, boys. We got to start feeding Becca some of this more esoteric shit. Becca, get off all the evidence. Fuck the evidence. It's time to start moving with your gut. What do we think they're doing? Because it's probably just that. Fuck the evidence. We don't need the evidence anymore. We'll start getting Becca into some real weird shit. Becca, hey Becca, have you ever heard of frazzle drip? You ever heard of frazzle drip, Becca?
It's things, and I just have to show it to you guys because like we have questions and like it does not make any sense. Okay, so you know how like there's a link in the files to like a pizza place in the Virgin Islands, and like if you click it now, it just pulls up this page, and it's like a YouTuber who like bought the domain and like is referencing.
She didn't know who Sam Hyde was, and in the comments I said, Sam Hyde running cover for Jeffrey Epstein, classic Fed move. And she said, what's the Sam Hyde lore? I've never heard of him. And then I tried to tell her, dude, and TikTok kept deleting my comments. Look, I said, LOL, they just deleted this, so here it is again. I said, Sam Hyde is like the original Nick Fuentes, except probably worse. He's definitely a FBI, CIA fed of some sort, here to poison everyone's mind to the right. But him making a goofy website about the pizza place is how they always operate, to make people discredit the validity of them doing nefarious shit out of a pizza chain. Special Agent Sam Hyde also weirdly looks just like Himmler. Yeah, Anthony Bourdain didn't fucking kill himself. I know that for a fact, bro. There's no fucking shot that he would have killed himself on the road with his boys. No way. Doing what he loves? Nope. Bourdain would absolutely kill himself, but he wouldn't fucking do it alone. He would literally be... Did you guys ever see that movie, The Menu? He would do the movie The Menu. He would burn the fucking... He would invite Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, Jeff Bezos, Donald Trump. He'd invite everyone to his fucking restaurant, and he'd lock the doors, and he'd fucking burn the place from the inside out, with himself included. Anthony Bourdain would absolutely kill himself, for sure, but it would be in the most glorious fucking way imaginable. How dare them say that Anthony Bourdain hung himself from his neck with a belt in Italy shooting his fucking show? You're talking to me? He died in the home of the Knights of Malta? His girlfriend was a fucking freak pedophile too. What's her name? Asia, whatever the fuck. She was like she had some weird ties with Weinstein too. She might have been one of those people that's like a victim that turns into one of these predators or something. But anyway, he didn't fucking kill himself. Not in this scenario. If he did, like if Anthony Bourdain found out he had lung cancer from smoking fucking lung darts, you know, he would accept it. He'd be like, all right, well, one last great meal. One last hurrah, and he would fucking kill as many assholes as he possibly could. For sure. They say he hung himself alone in his hotel room on the road with his boys. You think he wants to make all of his boys that he was shooting his show with? Because, dude, he shot it with the same people for like 15 fucking years. One of my friends, that black sweatshirt that I wear all the time that says A-frame on it? That's my buddy's grip and electric shop, and he used to be the camera operator for the show that I used to work on with that asshole that fucking interventioned me. But he was a camera operator for No Reservations for years, and they were all homies, dude. They all worked on that show for fucking 15 years together. They were all besties. Like, they would all go out and eat together every time. You know, they were like friends. It was like a family. There's no fucking way he killed himself on the road with his boys to make them feel guilty. What, you guys were so awful, so boring on your little trip that Anthony Bourdain just couldn't wait till he got home to fucking kill himself? You don't kill yourself on the road, dude. You kill yourself at home. What are you talking about? Or you kill yourself in your fucking restaurant in a blaze of glory that only fucking Aaron Bushnell and Max Azzarello could rival, you know? It would be the most metal. And, you know, that's the thing that pisses me off, is that they took that away from us. Because I know, dude, Anthony Bourdain, can you imagine Anthony Bourdain right now? If he'd be seeing what the fuck is going on? Anthony Bourdain would have fixed all this shit, I'm convinced. Even Mac Miller, too. Mac Miller, Anthony Bourdain, and Chris fucking Dorner. They took out all our boys. Anyway.
Like the pizza and grape soda that is mentioned in the files over and over. But if you put that link into like the Wayback Machine, one of the things that is going to come up is like the website for like an actual pizza place in the Virgin Islands. But then Lily found that if you put that same link into the Wayback Machine but set it for a different date, this like transportation company's website comes up using the Pizza Amore St. Thomas domain, and it's like this like shipping company of some kind, like a transportation moving company, whatever. But if you keep scrolling down, you're gonna see like what this company's logo is. Here's like this logo for this transportation company. It's like freaking huge, right? So this is the logo. And when you reverse image search that logo, it pulls up this flooring company that's in Tel Aviv. You scroll all the way to the bottom of this website, you're gonna see that logo again. And there's the logo and it says carpets in a variety of patterns and sizes from wall to wall for living rooms, bedrooms, children's rooms, and more. So here's the address for the flooring company that comes up when you reverse image search the logo from the transportation company. And if you look up this address that this flooring company in Tel Aviv is located at, pulls up an apartment that you can rent in Tel Aviv. What? Like, what? So we don't know what that means, but I think it's very interesting. And I think a lot of people have like thought there's not like a rabbit hole here because of the YouTuber who like bought the domain and tried to make it like a joke or whatever. But like, if you use the Wayback Machine, there is some kind of a rabbit hole with this Pizza Amore St. Thomas. So I just thought I'd share.
Yeah, I believe that Chester Bennington was a grape child from Podesta as well.
That because maybe somebody can take this and run with it, or maybe it'll connect some kind of dots in the future. I don't know what you chit chat with your girlfriends about, but this is what Lily and I have been talking about tonight. Okay, I was just chatting with one of my... Okay, I was popping around in the forums as I love to...
Wait, we saw that.
But you playing on your phone?
No, I'm not playing on my phone. I'm taking care of business. I'm not studying what you're talking about.
Wait, yeah, do you see this? Look back here on this chalkboard. What the fuck is Epstein carving out of Palestine for Israel here? Dude, Becca's so funny. I'm not playing on my phone. I'm doing business.
Okay, then don't attack me.
But you playing on your phone?
No, I'm not playing on my phone. I'm taking care of business. I'm not studying what you're talking about.
I know you ain't studying.
Okay, then don't attack me.
Okay, the rabbit hole that I'm about to tell you guys about was not even the rabbit hole I was planning on going into today. I was gonna get into the Borghese family's rabbit hole and how this guy, Prince Lorenzo...
Bro, Charlie is the king of pictures, man. Dude, I'm serious. I miss Charlie. I fucking miss Charlie. I'm so mad that the FBI didn't take out Nick Fuentes. Look at Charlie, dude. I miss him. Bring Charlie back. Bring him back. Dude, if I could swap Charlie for Erica, I would have done it yesterday. I would kill Erica 1,000 times to bring Charlie back. 1,000,000,000%, dude. Absolutely. I'd do anything to get Charlie back. Can't believe they took him. The FBI. How dare them, bro? That fucking picture's so good. Have you ever seen More Gums? That man's got gums.
Borghese, one of the former Bachelor on ABC's The Bachelor, how his
Borghese? That sounds like some fucking 13 Families shit.
family, specifically his cousin, is deeply intertwined within Jeffrey's ring, and how his cousin was...
Oh yeah, and Kate Spade, she didn't kill herself either. Wait, she's David Spade's brother or sister, isn't she? Yeah, maybe she was like, "Hey, I'm done with this child eating stuff." And David Spade was like, "No, me and Conan and fucking or no, it's who's that crew? It's David Spade, Jim Carrey, Seth Green. Like, dude, who cares about Seth Green? I guess he has Robot Chicken, but like, why is Seth Green relevant still? He was just in what? He was in fucking Austin Powers? Is that even him? Yeah, right? And Robot Chicken? Does anyone really watch Robot Chicken? Oh, you think David Spade killed Chris Farley as an initiation? For sure, dude. I believe that. Did you see the side by side of Eric Cook, JD Vance, and that Satanist cuck Pacino? You mean Aquino? Yeah, Aquino. Oh, dude, yeah, I can see that.
known in Jeffrey's circle as the kitty cat collector, but we're not talking about cats. And I'm still gonna talk about the Borghese family and like their connection to Jeffrey, but I've been sidetracked on another rabbit hole, which is this file right here, okay? If you look closely, this is a screenshot of Jeffrey's computer, okay? And if you zoom in, you can see that Jeffrey is on FaceTime with a man and a small child, and Jeffrey's either screen recording this or he took a screenshot of this moment. The man in that photo is a man named Joshua Bach. As you can see, he's wearing the same headphones in this interview, and you can see the shelves are the same in the back. Here's another example, same headphones, same shelves in the back. It's definitely this guy. And he is a German scientist and AI executive and researcher. In 2025, he wrote an entire Substack article talking about his relationship with Jeffrey and like trying to explain that like he's not racist and he doesn't believe in eugenics and like, okay, whatever. And Joshua is very involved in the world of MIT. He accepted donations from Jeffrey after Jeffrey had already been convicted. And Joshua also accepted money from Jeffrey to pay for his children's private school tuition. And my question is, what exactly did Jeffrey get in return for paying for this man's children's private education? Because we know that Jeffrey doesn't do things out of the kindness of his heart. So I just found that very interesting. This is a AI guy, a tech guy. This guy is super involved with the AI world, with the tech.
His name's Joshua too. Don't trust him.
World. And yet again is another figure who has not been completely forthright about his connections to Jeffrey. Okay, that's all. I'll be back with the Borghese dive here soon.
Yeah, true. We're never gonna watch anything. Okay, hold on. We gotta watch something.
So we've entered a very strange world. A world where conspiracy theorists, the people who've been saying this stuff for decades, are suddenly ahead of everyone else.
Dude, it's another boochless night too.
There's no more denying it. It's
yeah,
time
if you're writing an article about how Jeffrey Epstein isn't racist, you lost the plot.
to do your due diligence. It's time to actually look into this. And for everyone who spent years doubting them, now's your chance to help shine a light on the darkness. What if I told you that Epstein wasn't just connected to secret societies, he was in them?
Yes!
That he had real esoteric knowledge. That he was a part of a 158-year-old secret society that most people have never heard of. And he even wanted to start his own. Get ready, because after this, you'll never see the world the same. In part 1 of Epstein Unveiled, we went through the genetics in detail. The baby farms, the egg doctor, the CRISPR research, the DNA kits shipped to Dubai.
Oh cool, this is part 2, let's go.
And there's still more to discuss on that front. But right now, we need to go to a layer that I didn't get into in part 1. Because for a lot of people, it's just too unfathomable. It can't be real. Epstein, the inner...
I know, Che. Dude, it's so fucking twisted, all of this. It's just like, what the fuck are we going to do? I know. I mean, I think that the first thing is, like, dude, I know it's, like, not our job to wake people up, but we do need numbers. We need more people. We need to fucking, I don't know. But people are waking up. I mean, Joe Rogan is, like, dude, people are literally waking up to Joe Rogan being a clown, you know? And he has a massive audience. It needs to get hectic and chaotic and insane. Just like fucking Terrence said, it's got to get so crazy that we all talk, finally. And we're well on our way, dude. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, all this chaos, all this shit is crazy, but to me, it's like necessary. And it needs to get crazier, honestly. It needs to get worse. It has to. That is what's going to wake everyone up. People literally have to be fucking snapped out of this, you know? And they're falling apart. The whole narrative's falling apart. I mean, dude, Pam Bondi looking like a fool with her pants on the ground. Fucking idiot. Like, normal people are seeing that shit, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I need someone way braver than me to do something bold, you know what I mean? I have the only video on YouTube about Paul Wiseau. Dude, I don't understand. The thing that drives me nuts is a lot of people know about Paul, But they only fuck with the picture. It's not the picture that proved it to me, that makes me really think it. It's the fucking videos. No one uses my videos. Why? Just use the one, my Instagram one. It literally is Paul. And I have that on everything. No one uses it. Use the fucking back, the side by side. Like, I need real people. Like, you know, if Fittest Fed Earther was real, he would be blasting, why the fuck does this guy look the same as Timothy McVeigh and talk the same? Instead, he's like, oh yeah, I'm Timothy McVeigh. Sure. Clones aren't real. It's actually fallen angels. Oh, that makes way more sense. What? No, clones. Shut up. Sure, maybe fallen angels, but like, let's be real, dude. What? What's the simplest explanation? These motherfuckers got clones. They talk about it. Huh? Yeah, no one will talk about Paul except for me. Truly, dude. Even Eric Hunley. He brought him up, but what the fuck? I'm on a fucking island with you guys. But that's okay. We're gonna meme Paul into, dude, on September 11th when we drop the Paul Apocalypse album, or sooner if it's done sooner, but we'll have a big celebration on September 11th. That will finally be the straw that breaks Paul's back. Me, Black Death, Mac, some Gabriel samples, dropping it hot, spitting pure fire bars. That's how we're gonna kill Paul, lyrically.
Circle in the occult. Now, before we dive into this methodically, I want to address some things. If you've been online the past few weeks, you've probably...
Yeah, I think it's going to get pretty bad. I don't want to feed the egregore, but all the signs are there. But the thing is that I think that it needs to get bad for people to come together. Apparently, it's not enough. I mean, it's been enough for me for years at this point, right? It's been enough for all of us. Some people need to get real uncomfortable real soon. But unfortunately, I do think that is... I mean, I want us to just live, laugh, love out of this, but it's not working. And honestly, I don't think it will work faster than them fucking up. Like, it's gonna be them fucking doing a... I don't know. Yeah, Blue Beam or something. They have to do something big, man. People are waking up. You know, last time people were waking up, they did 9/11, so... Or then they did COVID. So...
seen some pretty wild claims about what's in the files. It would seem that the
ball so hard, the Epstein files.
Ball or bail bank account was some type of OCR error, and I did look for spirit cooking and cannibal terms, but I couldn't find any EFTAs that could confirm.
But honestly, dude, with all of the chaos, what I see is people having realizations about this, people talking about it, people with different interests. Like, we need all of these people who have like Becca fucking hates what's his name, Zapoli or whatever. Like, everybody's got we've all got our own little special projects, and this dude ties them all together, you know? So like, we need a couple more months of people fucking exposing this shit, making it a mockery. Our government is a mockery. Like, it's a joke. They literally are baby eaters and baby killers and fucking baby diddlers, and they're telling us that we owe them taxes. Shut the fuck up. Grow up, you know? But to me, I mean, they've been doing chaos for years, right? I mean, all this war and shit. They've been doing chaos. This kind of chaos, we love it. Needs to happen. I don't see, like... I'm not scared about the collapse or anything. I think it's going to bring everyone together. It's going to be awesome. But it kind of has to happen. I don't think... Like, dude, what's the other option, right? Are we gonna fucking dude? The whole meta right now being like, Hassan said he's not gonna vote for Gavin Newsom. Bitch, what are we talking about 2028 for? What are you doing? What are you talking about? My God. How much time these people? But yeah, anyway, they're, you know, people are like, oh, we gotta vote for Gavin Newsom. Bitch, that is not gonna fix anything. He's just as much of a cuck, dude. He's just handsomer. Barely, honestly. Trump's pretty hot. We have to let their system fall apart. Saving it is saving them. There is no separating the money from the pedos. And dude, that's the thing. That's why fucking liberalism, Democrats, all of it, even communism, it all depends on capitalism. Fuck that shit. I mean, communism is supposedly something different than capitalism, but like, fuck money. It always ends with the people in power eating babies and having sex with babies and them selling the sun back to us. That's literally how capitalism always ends. There's nothing else. There's only so many things it can mimic, right? Capitalism doesn't make anything. It just takes what we already do and monetizes it and sells it back to us until it's bled all of us so fucking dry that we're all burnt out and we're ready to burn the fucking entire thing down. You know?
Confirm this.
We're 1 minute into this video.
So there is a lot of
shut the fuck up now.
Noise out there, a lot of reaction content, and that's really why I wasn't interested in looking into this in the first place.
Yeah. Fuck money, fuck government, fuck celebrities, fuck authority. Hell yeah. Pure anarchy, boys. Yeah, no one's coming to save us but us. Capitalism just capitalizes off our communal work. Exactly. Yeah, more burnt out than a Moloch offering.
But my workflow is, if I can't verify it, I'm not going to use it.
Fuck that.
I just want to show you what's actually in the documents and connect the dots. That's it. I'll have the EFTA numbers on your screen so you can look it up yourself. What's actually in there is worse than the noise. So let's start with this. This is an email from Epstein's files, and keep in mind, at this point he's already been convicted. Someone in his circle is sending him this. Suggestions for an old guy, super smart, well connected, that wants to continue legacy of old school secret society. Continue the legacy, not start one, continue one. An old school secret society. The same month, this comes in. Just got a note from Bob Pixie. Zodiac is one of the really cool ones. 12 members, still very secret. Dinners in exotic locations. Okay, so I looked into the Zodiac Club. This is real, founded in 1868 in Manhattan. Only 12 members at any time. Each one gets assigned a zodiac sign. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. And you only get replaced when someone dies. And this members list is pretty crazy. JP Morgan was Brother Libra in 1903. Bob Pyrie ran Rothschild Incorporated, the American arm of the Rothschild banking dynasty. Paul Volcker, the chairman of the Federal Reserve. So Epstein's circle was being consulted on nominating Murray Gell-Mann, a Nobel Prize winning physicist, for membership. But it gets crazy because in 1910, a group of men traveled in secret to Jekyll Island. They used fake names, told the press they were going duck hunting, but what they were actually doing was writing the blueprint for what became the Federal Reserve, the central bank of the United States. And at least 2 of those men were members of the Zodiac Club. So, you have a secret society that's been around.
Dude, this is the fucking Deus group in Mr. Robot.
For 158 years, whose members include the Rothschild.
Will Instacart still work during anarchy? Yeah, Instacart's just going to be going down to your neighborhood frickin' garden and being like, hey, I'm thinking about making a stir fry tonight. You got any green peps? You got some cool shit? What do you got tonight?
Childs, the architect of the Federal Reserve, JP Morgan, and Jeffrey Epstein got an invitation? And Rothschild isn't just a name that shows up once. Ariane de Rothschild had scheduled meetings with Epstein in New York. Jacob Rothschild was forwarding messages through her. Epstein was sending gifts to Alice de Rothschild at NYU. There's even an email to Peter Thiel that says, quote, as you probably know, I represent the Rothschilds. That's just sitting in the files. And it doesn't stop at the Zodiac Club. This is in Epstein's own bio. He wrote this himself. Former member of the Trilateral Commission, the Council on Foreign Relations. If you're not familiar, the Trilateral Commission was founded by David Rockefeller in 1973. About 390 members from North America, Europe, and Asia. The Council on Foreign Relations is probably the most powerful foreign policy organization in the United States. And Epstein listed membership in both on his own resume. And then you have Ghislaine Maxwell casually emailing, "I'm coming in for the trilateral meetings. We can coordinate some trouble." Coordinate some trouble? On top of that, Peter Mandelson, one of the most powerful politicians in Britain, is emailing Epstein directly. There are plane rides to Bilderberg meetings in the files. So just to be clear, this is where we are. Zodiac Club, Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations, Bilderberg, all of it documented in his own files, and some of it on his own resume. But it goes deeper than this. When I started looking at how this network actually operated internally, there was a whole hierarchy. Look at this. I was told by my inner circle not to have any communication with him, and if I did, I would be in deep trouble. Think about that. Someone was told by the inner circle, not by Epstein personally, by the inner circle, that they couldn't talk to someone, and if they did, they'd be in deep trouble. Another email. Mike was a part of our inner circle, and when someone made an unauthorized introduction into the network, brought someone in without permission, Epstein was furious. My inner circle putting me at risk?
Dude, honestly, the shit that Mind Unveiled is on, I do feel like this is what is being buried underneath all of the stuff that they're releasing. This is the important shit. I mean, not that, look, you know what I mean? Not that the victims of all the shit is not important. I'm saying they're trying to like sensationalize, and you know, they want us to just see the horror and all this shit so that we don't find the money. This is what keeps that shit going. It's this stuff.
There were even access codes. This email literally instructs someone on how to get past a gate. That was the credential for getting to Reid Hoffman, friend of the First Circle. Inner Circle, First Circle, Initiates. If you know anything about the history of fraternal orders and secret societies, this is exactly how they operate. And then I found this email thread from June 2011. This ties it all together. It's between Epstein and a woman named Marina, who's writing from Istanbul. And Epstein says, trying to build the 4 levels of Topkapi ideas, initiates, favorites, beliefs, principles. Topkapi Palace, that's the Ottoman Sultan's residence. The Topkapi harem had a formal hierarchy: novice, trainee, favorite, chief consort. And Epstein's designing his own version of that. 4 levels with names. And Marina responds, by the way, what are the levels at Jeffrey's harem? She's asking about the levels like it's an existing system, like everyone knows about it. And Epstein responds by quoting Mozart's opera, The Abduction from the Sarajevo, which is literally an opera about women held captive in a harem. The harem meant protection for those inside from those outside. That's the same language secret societies have used for centuries. Protection for the initiated. Let's keep going. On top of that, someone sent Epstein a Bohemian Grove documentary with a note. So I thought of you. And it goes deeper. Moritz Skaugen, a Norwegian shipping magnate in Epstein's network, emails Epstein from Singapore. EFTA 018777437. Greetings from Singapore. On my way to California to try to understand about the people at the Bohemian Grove. So it's not just a documentary. He's flying to California to investigate the Bohemian Grove and reporting back to Epstein? Epstein donated $50,000 to the Order of the Golden Sphinx Gala, another secret order. The Circle of the Inter-Alliance, a Paris elite club? It's in his emails. Okay, Zodiac Club, Trilateral, Bohemian Grove, Golden Sphinx, Circle of the Inter-Alliance. A 4-level initiation system modeled on an Ottoman harem, and an inner circle with access codes and consequences for breaking rank? This wasn't a guy who went to a couple of fancy dinners. He was collecting these things. And he named it EFTA 01613019, an iMessage from 2017. Epstein is discussing who should be brought into his network. Bill Hyman, former DARPA head, Jeffrey Ling, Ed Boyden from MIT Neuroscience. Both are welcome to our secret society. They will join Joy Ito Ed Boyden, and Caleb. So Joy Ito is in the secret society? Our secret society. That's what he called it. His network of MIT, DARPA, and Gates Foundation connections. And it's not metaphorical, he literally typed it. But the thing is, if you look at this text chain, the person texting Epstein, the DOJ redacted their name. Every message, the sender's blacked out. But if you read it, you can figure out who it is. The sender says Jeffrey Ling, former head of DARPA, is, quote, a very, very good friend of mine. He tried to make me work at DARPA. They say they're in Seattle with BG, Bill Gates, through April 29th. They name Mark Suzman and Jeff Lamb, Gates Foundation leadership, calling them old guard gargoyles refusing to let other opinions in. Basically, this is advice on how Gates should handle Trump. They tell Epstein that both of them had advised BG to pick a topic and make a deal, quote, something quid pro quo. And Jeffrey Ling isn't just some random person. Do you guys know who this is? He founded DARPA's Biological Technologies Office, the division that builds brain-computer interfaces. So this MW calls this guy a total genius who knows how to make science fiction science fact. And Epstein's response? Both are welcome to our secret society. This is most likely Melanie Walker, Gates Foundation executive, World Economic Forum agenda contributor, and former DARPA advisor. Why is she
He let a girl in his secret society? Oh. We got you, Epstein.
trying to recruit people into a secret society? And then there's this. EFTA 01903035. March 2013. Epstein writes to Boris Nikolic, Bill Gates' personal science advisor. We talked about him in part 1. It's about what he calls uncensored comments about the Giving Pledge. The Giving Pledge, Gates and Buffett's initiative where billionaires commit to giving away most of their wealth. And Epstein proposes turning it into a secret fraternity. The actual initiation ceremony is shrouded in mystery. It may take several hours and involve chanting, robes, blindfolds, and candlelight. The pledge will be initiated into the secrets of the fraternity. From secret mottos and grips to passwords and the meaning behind rituals, he will be sworn to secrecy. Why not follow the Giving Pledge with an initiation into the most select group? Yeah, we're here, guys. Sworn to secrecy. He wanted to build a secret society out of the world's richest people, and he sent it to the man who advised Bill Gates on science. Then there's Brock Pierce, crypto pioneer, former child actor with his own allegations. EFTA 02620047. October 2018. Pierce and Epstein are texting about visiting Little St. James, and Pierce casually mentions where he lives. Sure thing, I live in the first Masonic temple built in the New World, 250 Calle de Cristo, in San Juan, Puerto Rico. That's his house, and he's planning trips to Epstein's island from it. David Hansen. You might not know his name, but you know his work. Creator of Sophia, the world's most famous humanoid robot, the one that went viral, the one that got citizenship in Saudi Arabia. David Hansen is all over the Epstein archive. January 2013. Ben Goertzel, one of the world's leading AI researchers, sends this email to Epstein and Hansen. I was talking to Jeffrey Epstein today, and he's potentially interested in having you make him a custom humanoid robot for him. He's been talking to you about you potentially funding our joint AGI robotics research efforts, as well as about him sculpting a Robo-Epstein for you. That would be awesome. A Robo-Epstein? A humanoid robot in Epstein's own image? Hansen sent Epstein a 6-page white paper for something called the Genie Lab. $84,000 a month, $3 million over 36 months. The research included mind uploading, quote, using AI in large datasets to create functional portraits of existing personalities. But here's what's on Hansen's CV, the same CV that was in Epstein's files. Page 10. OTO active 2010 to present. That's Aleister Crowley's occult order. Now look, on its own, being a part of the OTO isn't weird. It's an active worldwide organization. A lot of artists and academics are into it. Same with Kabbalah. Same with ceremonial magic. None of that is a crime. But when you keep reading the CV, page 7, there's a 1995 art project. Kabbalah Labyrinth with Nodes of Sensual Delight. Page 10, a 1993 symposium. Miracles and Monstrosities. Genetically Engineered Art. And Hansen's relationship with Epstein wasn't brief. Skype calls through 2017. In May 2018, 8 months before Epstein's final arrest, someone wrote, "Crazy meeting with Hansen." So individually, none of this is damning, but when you put it together, OTO on the CV, a $3 million lab proposal, a Robo-Epstein, Kabbalah Labyrinth, genetically engineered art, And the guy he's building all of this for is running baby farms and buying Crowley's sex magic books? That's when the pattern starts to look different. January 7th, 2015. Yosha Bach, an AI researcher at MIT Media Lab in Harvard.
Yeah. What strikes the match is when everybody learns how local it is, not just elites they'll never meet. Yeah. Right? I mean, that's the thing. It's like, it's a whole network. What do you think all these fucking churches are for, dude? To feed this beast. All these adoption agencies, all this bullshit. It's fucking everywhere. All the courthouses in local little towns. You know, like fucking Alex Murdaugh. Those type of cucks. Those old boys. They just be running trafficking rings and protecting themselves. Running drugs.
Emails Epstein from Berlin. He mentions two people, Michael Vassar and Michelle Riley. They're in Puerto Rico, and they want to visit the island. Epstein responds immediately. Have them come tomorrow at 12. Leave at 5. His assistant books the flights. January 9, Epstein emails Bach about the visit. I like the idea. He and Michelle were here yesterday. Again, you were right. He was fun. And blue-eyed. Yeah. 2 days later, January 11th, 2015, Michelle Riley, quantum computing scientist, Princeton Math, Columbia Physics, co-funded a startup with MIT professor Seth Lloyd. Sends this email to Epstein. Thanks, Jeff.
Dude, we're so right. These are all a bunch of occult wizards. Black magic wizards.
You asked for fun projects.
New Rosicrucianism?
I think we're mostly starving for great conspiracies today. 10 to 12 person coordinated secrets. What about a new Rosicrucianism of sorts? A new Rosicrucianism? She's proposing they build one. What are your thoughts on funding and constructing your own intelligence agency? She even talks about the science salons. I'd also like to do an exclusive science salon sort of thing at a place like Esalen, or maybe on Little St. James. Experimentation with philosophers and scientists examining physiological stuff. Physiological stuff? Experimentation? On the island? High-profile island orgies also independently come to mind, but I have a strong suspicion that you may already have that covered. Fraternal regards from one Coney Island baby to another. Hold up. Fraternal regards? That's fraternal order language. But did you catch that? One Coney
Island baby? Dude, he's a Lebensborn. He's just like Jeffrey, fucking, remember Seinfeld? He said his dad is a fucking cloner donor, incubator baby. Dude, Jeffrey Epstein gotta be an incubator baby.
Baby to another.
And dude, Coney Island baby, that's what the fucking face. That stupid ass face that's in his like dentist chair room or whatever. That's that Coney Island fucking what's that stupid ride?
In the early 1900s, Coney Island was famous for putting premature babies on display in incubators as a sideshow attraction. From one incubator baby to another. And she's writing this to the man running baby farms. Epstein received this at 10:34 p.m. At 11:02 p.m., 28 minutes later, he forwarded it to Yosha Bach. Bach replied at 12:26 a.m. A shadow research planning academy, where scientific visionaries project future research agendas in new disciplines. A series of workshops focusing on neglected knowledge, such as Russian psychopharmacology, Buddhist psychology, Chinese opinion control. A network of media people that can be used to efficiently place and coordinate friendly items in our corrupt opinion market. Psychedelic retreats for groups of select individuals with the explicit goal to create a tightly knit group capable of radically thinking and influencing global affairs. There are some more that I would not want to put into email. How much more do they need to spell it out for you? A shadow academy, media manipulation, psychedelic retreats for global influence, and things that he wouldn't put in writing. Bach wasn't an outsider.
What, like eating and drinking kids?
Epstein funded him directly. He stayed in Epstein's Manhattan.
People are saying Epstein's dick egg DNA was in the jab. Dude, if I have Jeffrey Epstein DNA inside of me, I don't like that.
Apartment. Epstein's office booked his flights. He's all over the archive. December 8th, 2014. John Brockman, founder of the Edge Foundation, the man who organized the billionaires' dinners, sets up an art event in Palo Alto. Larry Page, co-founder of Google. Elon Musk. Anne Wojcicki, co-founder of 23andMe, the DNA company. Jeffrey Epstein. In the entertainment, Marina Abramovich, masterclass on art, segueing into something spontaneously orchestrated. And Abramovich
Segueing into something spontaneously orchestrated Abramovich piece.
piece. Marina Abramovich, the performance artist, performing for a room containing the co-founder of Google, Elon Musk, the CEO of a DNA company, and Jeffrey Epstein. You, however, are far more mysterious and intriguing. That's how Brockman described Epstein to the other guest. Mysterious and intriguing. Also on the guest list, Mucha Prada. In a footnote about the architect Rem Koolhaas, Brockman noted he couldn't attend. Unfortunately, is in Moscow, December 7th, meeting with Putin. And about those billionaire dinners, EFTA 0251169, quote, "It is Bill Gates who at the end of the summer began prodding Epstein to begin a process of public rehabilitation. That means Gates wasn't duped. He initiated the comeback." And after one of Brockman's dinners, the ones with Bezos, both Google founders, Musk, Epstein emails Brockman, EFTA 01929775. "Your Goyim dinner was amazing. Thank you very much for including me. Where are the Jews?" That's how he talked about a
Wait, what?
rehabilitation. That means Gates wasn't duped. EFTA 0251169, quote, "It is Bill Gates who at the end of the summer began prodding Epstein to begin a process of public rehabilitation. That means Gates wasn't duped. He initiated the comeback." And after one of Brockman's dinners, the ones with Bezos, both Google founders, Musk, Epstein emails Brockman, EFTA 01929775. "Your Goyim dinner was amazing. Thank you very much for including me. Where are the Jews?" That's how he talked about a room full of the most powerful people in technology. Les Wexner, founder of L Brands, Victoria's Secret, Bath & Body Works, The Limited, the man who gave Jeffrey Epstein power of attorney over his entire financial empire, gave him a $13.2 million Manhattan mansion and gave him access to Victoria's Secret. In 1985, New York Magazine published a profile of Les Wexner. And in that profile, Wexner described living with a debug since he was a boy.
Gordon Ramsay? Yeah, look, the book.
His father
Gordon Ramsay was the chef at this. See, if they would have had Anthony Bourdain, he would have burned that shit the fuck down, bro.
recognized it, calling it the churning. A debug in Jewish mysticism is a possessing spirit. The article describes it as the demon that always wakes up in the morning with Wexner and tweaks and pulls at him. Okay, so follow me. Les Wexner, the billionaire who handed his entire empire to Jeffrey Epstein, told a major magazine he lived with a demon, and nobody followed up on that. In 2019, the FBI listed Wexner as one of the 10 co-conspirators in Epstein's trafficking operation. That document sat sealed until January 2026. Power of attorney, $13 million mansion, Victoria's Secret, FBI co-conspirator, and he told you that he lived with a demon. Now again, I don't think it's a crime to have books on magic or even sex magic, but with this context, we need to cover it because Bloomberg News verified some of Epstein's book purchases. Modern Sex Magic, Secrets of Erotic Spirituality. Apparently, the book contains what the publisher describes as the rarest of Crowley's sex magic instructions and the sexual secrets of Kabbalah dating back to the Temple of Solomon. Secrets of Western Tantra by Christopher S. Hyatt. Hyatt co-founded the Thelemic Order of the Golden Dawn. In the preface, the Aeon of the Child, Crowley's New Age, ruled by a child god. Basically, the reason why I bring this up is because most likely, Epstein knew about the creation of a moonchild. Now, most of you probably don't know what that is, and if I explain it right now, you would think I'm crazy. So I'll break that down properly in its own video. All I'll say for now is, if you haven't seen Homunculus Unveiled, go watch it. Interestingly, he also had chakra and kundalini workbooks, Merchants in the Temple by Gianluigi Nuzzi, an expose of Vatican financial corruption in child abuse scandals. But let me show you something that goes way beyond the bookshelf. So Epstein didn't just read about Kabbalah, he was being taught it, apparently, by a man named Mark Fisher, EFTA 02428-208, March 10, 2010. Mark Fisher, an art dealer and Orthodox Jewish spiritual advisor, writes to Epstein. Fisher is undergoing chemotherapy, and between cancer treatments, he's teaching Jeffrey Epstein Kabbalistic doctrine. Quote, "A Jewish soul has a very different structure, different ingredients, relates to its higher levels differently, has different higher levels, relates to itself and other people in a different manner than a non-Jewish soul. To use repair methods on something as sensitive as a soul requires the right tools. You can't fix an Aston Martin with a Ford pickup truck toolset. So he's making an analogy that...
Have you guys been seeing that dude on TikTok who's fixing a Ferrari with only Harbor Freight tools? Because the whole thing with Ferrari is you're not allowed to like work on them, or you have to have like Ferrari technician work on them or whatever. So this guy's just buying Harbor Freight shit and fixing the Ferrari.
Jewish souls are the luxury car in
And now Wexner is on the presidential cabinet. That's awesome.
Jewish meditation is the wrong toolkit. And this isn't Fisher's personal opinion. This is standard Tanya doctrine, the foundational text of the Chabad Lubavitch, and Fisher was teaching it directly to Jeffrey Epstein. Over the next few months, Fisher sends Epstein the Shema Yisrael, the most sacred prayer in Judaism, and asks for his Hebrew name and his mother's Hebrew name. In Kabbalah, you pray using someone's name through their mother's lineage. He offers weekly phone sessions on Gematria, Torah law, and meditation. And he connects Epstein's philanthropy directly to the Wexner Heritage Foundation, the same Wexner. But this is kind of weird. Fisher died of cancer in December 2011. Epstein told an associate, quote, "Say a prayer on my behalf." But the point is, it does seem that this Jewish soul concept wasn't just a Fisher thing. This permeated the network. EFTA 018-20876. David Galernter, the Yale computer scientist, famous as the Unabomber target, is writing to Epstein about Hebrew calligraphy. And he just casually quotes the Zohar, one of the central texts of Kabbalah. As the Zohar says, man, genuine man, exists only at the moment of sexual union. Epstein responds, "I think you might consider focusing on the negative spaces between the Hebrew letters, much more erotic, a bulging Shema, or throbbing Ka." Galernter is quoting Kabbalah and Epstein is sexualizing it. That's how the inner circle talked. EFTA 0256152, 7 years after Fisher's emails, 2017, Kathy Rumler, Barack Obama's White House counsel, writes to Epstein. And here I thought only I had a Jewish soul. And again in 2019, EFTA 02630427, Rumler to Epstein. You forgot that I have a Jewish soul? EFTA 01615476, December 2018, Epstein and Steve Bannon texting. Bannon asks about breast cancer research.
I love being a junior partner to chosen people of Yahweh. Bannon said that? What a cuck.
Epstein just says, Jews? And then it almost seems like he's saying he's following their directions. Bannon says, love being a junior partner to chosen people of Yahweh. Then Bannon says, smart. Let's get rolling. Epstein corrects his spelling, Yahweh, like Mish Agas. Gotta get the spelling right. And then he says, not sure Beelzebub is considered a junior partner? More like outside...
Dude, Epstein telling anyone to get the spelling right is really fucking hilarious to me.
Council. What? And then there's this.
Beelzebub! Oh!
EFTA 018-21140, October 2009. Epstein to an associate. This is the way Jews make money, selling short the shipping futures. Let the Goyim deal in the real world. Then there's this. Epstein emailed the text of Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. So, Crowley's sex magic, the Aeon of the Child, Kabbalistic soul doctrine, a Bible verse about slaying children. This is what was on the bookshelf and in the inbox. But it wasn't just books. EFTA 02443141. Maxwell emails Epstein. To take an oath, ancient Romans put a hand on their testicles. That's where the word testimony comes from. Epstein corrects her. You have it backwards. You were required to put a hand on the other person's. The etymology is real. Testimony does come from the Latin testes. But the point isn't the joke. The point is she's sending him esoteric trivia, and he already knows more than she does. That means he was studying this. Okay, now let me show you what they built on the island. This is EFTA 027074666. Architectural calculations for Little St. James. The architect, Eon Nicola. 1.618. Phi, the golden ratio. Every Masonic temple, every cathedral, and Epstein's dome. Nicola calculated the golden ratio for the rocks, for the doors, for the dome. The blue and gold striped dome on Little St. James which by the way the internet has been calling a temple since drone footage first surfaced, was proportioned using sacred geometry. Both properties, Little St. James and Zorro Ranch, Epstein had sundials constructed, Masonic tradition. Epstein personally directed their construction. Then there's a structure on Little St. James that was permitted as a music pavilion, but what was built deviated significantly from the plans. Blue and white striped walls, gold dome, acoustic panels, soundproofed walls, a door engineered to prevent people from leaving. Inside, a bookcase flanked by 2 pillars, Jachin and Boaz, the pillars of Solomon's temple, and every Masonic lodge in the world. Also, take a look at the ceiling. A music pavilion with soundproofed walls, a door that locks from the outside, and the pillars of Solomon's temple. Zorro Ranch, the New Mexico property, stone circles. May 2017, an email from a Saudi-connected intermediary to Jeffrey Epstein about a political meeting on the Yemen conflict.
Bro, Mind Unveiled, greatest journalist in history with Becca Day.
The man who presented to you with the holy black Kaaba dress holds all the strings in his hands, certainly with Washington. The holy black Kaaba dress, the kiswa, the cloth that covers the Kaaba, replaced once a year, given to heads of state, one of the holiest objects in Islam. A man with connections to Washington presented it to Epstein during a political meeting about a war. In a separate exchange, Epstein asked his staff, "Did you take the Islamic cloth to be backed, mounted, preserved, like an artifact?" This is a photo from 2014. Jeffrey Epstein and Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, chairman of DP World, one of the largest port operators on Earth, inspecting
That's what that is, dude. That's the Kaaba shit.
fragment of the kiswa,
Oh, the
Islam's
kiswa.
holiest cloth, in the hands of a convicted sex offender. 2003. This photograph was found during the 2005 raid of Epstein's Palm Beach mansion and later authenticated in the Maxwell trial. Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell in an audience with Pope John Paul II. In FBI documents, an Italian cybersecurity figure, described by an FBI source as Epstein's personal hacker, appears in the case files. The same source says this individual may have held a Vatican passport. The Pope photo was displayed in Epstein's Manhattan mansion, and on his bookshelf, Merchants in the Temple,
Ghislaine meeting with Fidel Castro's insane. I love it.
an expose of Vatican financial corruption and child abuse. The Kaaba cloth in his hands, the Pope on his wall, and the pillars of Solomon's temple on his island. Now look at this. An email. A young woman to Jeffrey Epstein. "I can't do Tantra because I even don't know you well." Another email. "When my mom back to Moscow, I want a lot of Tantra sessions.
When my mom's back in Moscow? What?
I definitely want to learn about Tantra. We did exercises, and I had..." She would be in shock. If she saw you during the Tantra, I didn't tell her anything. Next, a numbered list. 1. Kundalini. 2. Prostate massage. 3. Tantra. Obviously, it would seem he had an advanced knowledge of spiritual practice merged with sexual acts, and it was numbered like a schedule.
I can't wait for my Kundalini class. Had Kundalini class. Wow. Oh my god. Dude, we've been so right. These motherfuckers literally are a secret cabal. A secret ass cabal.
Had Kundalini class. Wow. A Kundalini teacher wrote to Epstein, "You want to live forever? I can show you how." Look at this email. Epstein instructs his financial manager, "Send $10,000 to Sacred Space." The service? 50 digital detox massage.
Actually, drink responsibly. I think the thing that makes the most sense to me, like, sure, maybe this is all AI, but I think it's more like, if you've ever done, like, I used to have to do this bullshit and, like, import and export Excel spreadsheets all the time, and this shit would happen all the time. The fact that it's always replaced with a equal sign and shit, I think that all these equal sign shit is from transfer. Like, I think when the FBI pulled all this shit or whatever, they don't go through each individual email. They're using like a data scrubber thing. But I mean, sure, maybe. But what I think that they're doing is they're trying to overload us and, like, and just have us stick to the sensationalized fucking, you know, the child eating shit and never be able to figure out this aspect of it. But I don't know. I mean, to me, it's more like, dude, the thing too is that these people, like, it's not like these emails are all made up, because the people who wrote them are literally like in panic mode, you know? So I do think that this narrative is all too big for it to all just be made up, you know? I think that it's more like they're trying to overwhelm us by giving us 6 million documents at once and being like, well, we're a bunch of assholes and we don't want to put it together. And there's no way these fucking dummies can. And even if they do, who cares, right? Oh yeah, Jeffrey Epstein's running a secret society. But Hillary didn't use actual emails. You guys know how she communicates. What do you mean? How does she communicate? I mean, I do think all these people be emailing together and shit. Oh, they believe that the distance into darkness or evil they go is the distance they will be elevated when the pendulum swings back. Dude, honestly, that makes sense. Like, I've been trying to figure out what, you know, like, because they have to have some guiding principle, right? Like, I'm still trying to understand why they do all this. Even still, like, the child sacrifice shit all doesn't really, it's like still even too much for me to be like, figure out the reason for it, like the real reason. That kind of makes sense though, that they're trying to do the most like diabolical shit because they think that, but what is the pendulum swing back? Like, what, in the next life? Or like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Ritual gift certificates? 20 for the various girls, 20 for patients. $10,000 massage rituals for various girls from a company called Sacred Space. Epstein was also deeply involved with Barbara Carella's Urban Tantra Sacred Sex program in Charles Muir's Source Tantra School. This is kind of weird. Epstein visited the Dhammakaya Temple in Thailand, a 4-day trip. Day 4, Dhammakaya Temple. Dhammakaya is kind of strange. It's one of the most controversial Buddhist organizations in the world, cult-like practices, a massive golden dome, UFO shaped, and it seats over 1 million people. The Thai government has raided it multiple times. Daniel Siad sent Epstein a link to the Dhammakaya website. In Marrakesh, Epstein had a property with underground disco, underground sitting, underground tunnels. Look at this email. Everything must be kept underground. I just need to find access. It literally may be unfathomable what is going on underground. September 2010, Al Seckel, a cognitive neuroscientist who organized Epstein's island conferences, and Pablos Holman approach Epstein with a proposal. Would you be interested in having all that crap that comes up on a Google search on your name basically disappear? Epstein, yes. Is your yes to our hacking of the internet sites to cause all that crap to disappear? Send the wire details. Listen. The other stuff mysteriously disappears from searches. Will drive some jerks crazy because they will have no idea how this was possible. Isn't technology fun when you have the right friends? $20,000 to hack search results.
Dude,
for a convicted sex
offender. People are pedophiles.
And the man offering to do it, Al Seckel, also curated Epstein's guest list. The same guest list that included Larry Page, the co-founder of Google. 4 years later, Seckel fell off a cliff in southern France. But before Seckel died, there's something else in that same email chain.
A hand and a foot were missing.
October 2009, Seckel and Epstein are discussing cold fusion. Epstein writes, regarding cold fusion, I killed pawns years ago. Seckel asks, how did you kill him? Stanley Pons, the chemist who claimed to discover cold fusion in 1989. His career was destroyed. He fled to France and never published again.
I killed him?
Epstein claims he argued against cold fusion funding in Congress. Says he met with the head of the Mormon church about it.
Dude, it's literally everything. Bro, free energy is real. The Mormons are part of this. Fucking these Nazis be everywhere. They are an occult secret cabal. We win. All we do is win, win, win. Right, dudes? You know what I'm talking about? Khaled! We the best!
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there.
All we do is win, boys. We can't fucking lose. We literally can't.
Whether that's true or exaggerated, this is how Epstein saw himself. He wasn't just funding science.
The Mormons high up have been hiding fucking space and technology. Dude, they've been hiding. They were like sent by America to go west and kill all the indigenous people and steal all their shit. Oh, this is incredible. I love Mind Unveiled.
He was deciding which science lived and which died, and he was bragging about it. Now here's how the network maintained its power. Look at this. Epstein emailing himself? Subject line, Wexner. 4 emails in 1 minute, each one adding another line. Wexner, necklace. Mother suicide Sharon. Taxes, New Albany. Bankrupt. Never ever. Each email adds another piece of leverage. Necklace, mother's suicide, is he implying that's a fake suicide? Taxes, bankruptcy, a pressure file? The same Wexner who said he lived with a demon. The same Wexner who gave Epstein his mansion and his financial empire.
No, we've been knowing these Mormons are the bad guys. Oh, man. I mean, there's so many bad guys, right? But it's like, you know, even talking about this shit, when I started making that video about the Challenger 2 years ago, and I was like, what is all this Mormon involvement? Why is Warren Jeff's company the company making the fucking O-rings that failed on the Challenger that blew it up? And then why are there no actual astronauts that died? Because they're all still fucking alive. We've been calling them Mormons since. Dude, I think NASA and the FBI are just a bunch of Mormons. They gotta be. It's a bunch of fucking Mormon kooks, dude.
Maxwell had a playbook for it.
Yeah, DJ Khaled eats everything but the kitty. So true, dude.
If you call, I'd start by saying whatever you saw was fake and part of a blackmail scheme. When blackmail came from the outside, Epstein handled it.
If you call, I'd start by saying whatever you saw was fake and part of a blackmail scheme.
There's a Russian girl attempting to blackmail a group of powerful businessmen. Epstein, give me a few days to get information about her. He was a fixer. EFTA 024350005. Epstein to Boris Nikolic. I guess you were one of the altar boys that was not abused, but now feels left out. That's how he casually talked about it. Y'all want to see something crazy? It wasn't just notes to himself. This was an operation. EFTA 024-63816. May 2016. Epstein emails himself a memo in real time, documenting a shakedown as
yeah, dude, CIA is all Mormons and or Nazis. Exactly, bro. We've been saying, oh man, all of our kooky ideas are really coming to a head. I'm so excited, guys. See, everything's converging. This is what Terrence McKenna was talking about. I swear to God, everything's gonna get so weird and so crazy. I mean, we've had a long time to really let it marinate, and, you know, it doesn't really scare us anymore or bother us, but, man, it's pretty hard to deny all this shit. It's pretty funny. People are going to lose their minds. I can't wait. I mean, they're going to regain their minds. That's the thing. Everybody's going to have a little bit of psychosis, and then they're going to spiral out of it, and it's going to be awesome. Spiral up out of it, not down.
Kadash and Jean-Luc blackmail. Today, at approximately 5:04 p.m., I called Michel Kadash. He told me that boy...
You think all of it? I mean, dude, I don't think that they can manufacture all of these files. I mean, it's so interlinked and interconnected, and it's just something I don't think AI can really handle. I know that they have like crazy AI or whatever, but I don't know. This doesn't, to me, this, my intuition on this, I mean, for sure there is some fake shit. Like the Bannon video, but that makes sense to me that would be AI or something, because Bannon's all involved in all this shit, and I don't know. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fluff and bullshit in here. I'm sure there's some lies and there's exaggerated truths and stuff, but I don't know. I think that this, to me, this isn't giving me, like, dude, from what I know about Jeffrey Epstein, every fucking email is in his voice. Every other piece of evidence that I've looked at before all this shit, you know, because that's the thing that I was really into before I even like really woke up. It was the Epstein stuff that mostly I was like obsessed with, and everything I know about Jeffrey Epstein, the shit is pretty. The video, that's the thing that I was like, this is not Jeffrey Epstein, and you look closer and it's fake. Like, sure, these could be fake, but I mean, why, I don't know. Again, this, like, is another thing, too, where it's, even if it was fake, I don't care, because it helps destroy their system, you know? I don't think this stuff is a distraction. Like, this is the focus. Like, anything that makes people fucking question the nature of their reality, like The Matrix, I think is worthwhile, you know? So it's like, if it's a lie, then we fight on that lie. This works for us. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, real talk though, to me, it doesn't give, most of these emails, like the emails don't make me go, this is fake. The video did for sure. But then there's tons of videos that I do think are real. Like all of his camera roll shit, all that weirdo shit, him chasing people around the living room and stuff. I didn't get any weird AI vibes from any of that stuff. But yeah, I mean, this works for us. And dude, honestly, it's the interconnection of everything that this stuff tracks, that it matches places and times where they're saying they are in the emails to second, like, evidence and shit that we've already put together based on other shit, you know? Like, it is very, like, interlinked. They make it seem real so that it's harder to refute, and they throw in gory, disgusting shit like turkey kids and crispy jerky babies. Like, what the fuck? I mean, that turkey thing was literally from, it wasn't even in the files. It's literally from a fucking, what's his face? It's a movie. It's Thanksgiving. It's like a fake B horror film. You know, like there is stuff that's getting slipped in here, but these emails, I don't think so. And like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because our, like, you know, I was like talking to my mom about this, and I was like, she's like, yeah, I don't know, with all these emails and stuff. It's like, dude, it's not like they were hacked. It's not like someone was like, hey, I stole all these emails. They're being released by the DOJ. So no matter what, like, I say we take it and burn them down with it, you know? But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's independently lining up with shit that we've already put together, and that's really fucking hard, especially on this kind of scale. It's like really hard to fake, I think. And dude, the fact that it's not like these are all made up emails and then you got like Chrissy Teigen or whatever and Jorsha, whatever the fuck, and all these cucks being like, you know, none of them are being like, I didn't say that, I didn't write that, you know. They're all, and sure, maybe they're just playing their role, but I don't think it works like that, really. I think it's like they have roles based on their archetypes and the way that they've been made, not specifically like scripted, you know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, I think that this stuff is worth looking at.
Had gotten John Luke total immunity, for $3 million, Jean-Luc would not go into speed.
But like, dude, think about how bad the AI is that tells the story of fucking, you know, America, the one that Wikipedia is telling us. All that shit, right? Like, those stories are all made up. They can't even make up fucking names that like aren't using the same letter or the same name, saying it twice, or saying the blank brothers, or everything was lit on fire. Like, this is all very nuanced. It's nuanced. It's specific to Jeffrey. Like, each of them have a different voice. Like, I don't know. All right, we got to finish watching this real quick because I got to go catch this cat.
To stop
After this video, I'm just going to have to bounce, okay? Sorry.
a witness from testifying?
No meditation. We're just going to have to close, okay? Sorry. Appreciate you though.
EFTA 025-73903. Someone emails Epstein directly. Jeffrey, how many compromising pics of me do you have? Epstein's response, all great. EFTA 023-71291. An associate writes, has all that vile publicity finally gone away for good? Or do they keep stirring the pot for more blackmail money every few months? And the person writing this just spent the weekend at David Koch's in Palm Beach. And then the destruction. EFTA 017-48314. A memo from his operations team. The document retention policy that we have been operating under is as follows. 1999 through 2006, we shred. 2007 through 2014, we scan and shred. Companies to shred. Little St. James, FTC, JEVIF, Zorro Ranch, JEGE, FT Real Estate, Hyperion, NES, every single entity. We're literally just seeing the tip of the iceberg. EFTA 02474072, January 2016. Epstein writing to Ariane de Rothschild. I recognize that in the past, only you had all the pieces and compartmentalized, with good reason.
Yeah, and also, even if it is fake too, I think it's worth looking at just because, I mean, you learn something from anything, right? And the more we look at it, if it's fake, we will realize that. We will figure that out. But so far, I mean, I think that the actual spelling shit is them spelling bad, but all the weird fucking equal signs, the letter replacements, I think is from a copy paste of data that it gets a little fucked up. It's like literally, if you've ever done it with like copying a Word document into fucking Google Word or whatever, when you try and move between those two programs, it'll have fucked up characters, you know?
Copies of the girls' passports, yours, medical emergency numbers, current wills. No one in Europe should see all. In the same thread, someone says, Oliver liked the idea of a special Kazakhstan program as the story to tell others. So cover stories for this operation. FBI document, sitting in the Epstein files, top of the page, secret/no foreign. No foreign nationals, classified intelligence. What is this doing in a sex trafficking case? But there's another secret no foreign document I found. EFTA 01683612, and FBI FD 1023. That's a confidential human source report, filed December 2021 out of the Los Angeles field office. Under the active Epstein child sex trafficking investigation, the source says, Epstein was a construct who was playing a role. Specifically,
yeah, and a lot of the equal signs are T's. It's like a couple letters that keep coming up. It's T's, and there's a couple that are like, they just keep popping up.
Running an Israeli state-sponsored technology collection and extortion operation? Whoa. Epstein's operation lured some of the most powerful and influential people in the world to his home, where they had the opportunity to have you-know-what with you-know-who in lavish situations. This would have been recorded in some way, which could be used to control and extort non-cooperators as needed in the future. And about his death? Due to the number of secrets, Epstein must have been aware of it. It's not surprising he did not last long after being put into custody. The source also names Robert Maxwell, Ghislaine's father, as a very wealthy Israeli intelligence Mossad agent. This is a classified FBI intelligence document. So wait, the FBI knew the entire operation was an Israeli state-sponsored sexual blackmail and technology collection scheme? Did boys ask you to help obtain former Mossad agents to do dirty investigations? This is getting a lot of press. EFTA 02507-843, March 2018. Epstein forwards an article about Robert Maxwell, Ghislaine's father, to his circle. The article says, Robert Maxwell threatened Mossad. He told them that unless they gave him $400 million to save his crumbling empire, he would expose all he had done for them. Maxwell passed on all the secrets he learned to Mossad in Tel Aviv. In turn, they tolerated his excesses, vanities, and insatiable appetite for a luxurious lifestyle and women. And Epstein forwarded this. January 2018. Epstein writes to Steve Bannon, the man who ran Trump's presidential campaign. I suggest my house, 9 East 71st Street. Similar to SCIF, you choose the time. A SCIF? A classified intelligence facility? Soundproof, no electronics. Epstein compared his Manhattan townhouse to a classified intelligence facility. And in those same iMessage threads, Bannon asked Epstein about his scientific verticals. What has he put time, thought, and money behind? Epstein's answer? Difference between the unexplainable and the occult. Bannon says, I love that. You familiar with Newton and alchemy? Epstein says, very. The Philosopher's Stone. Bannon says, remember, we're showing something that will mesmerize folks. So they're filming something. A documentary. Bannon later asks, do you want to film the island? The ranch? And Epstein defines one of his core intellectual pursuits as the difference between the unexplainable and the occult. Guys, Epstein knows alchemy. And at private dinners with Bezos, both Google founders, and Paul Allen, dinners Epstein was at the table for, the instructions were, please cooperate by maintaining radio silence. Show up alone. And I thought this was kind of crazy. So, in EFTA 016-57089, this is March 2025, an FBI agent emails the former Epstein case team. I was under the impression that there was a homemade sex video of Epstein and Maxwell amongst our seized evidence. Can anyone confirm or deny this? One person responds that I don't recall. The agent writes back, thanks, you happen to be the only one to reply. And the response is, maybe people were afraid to put anything into writing. In 2025, FBI agents are still afraid to discuss Epstein evidence in writing? EFTA 027-29919, October 2021. The MCC, the Metropolitan Correctional Center, where Epstein died, is being closed. A Bureau of Prisons investigator emails the FBI. I was instructed to destroy all evidence that is not needed for investigations. A blanket destruction order at the facility where Epstein died. The FBI's response? Is it possible to get a list of what you have first? They didn't even know what evidence existed. In 2019, journalist Vicky Ward reported that when the U.S. attorney was asked why Epstein got the most lenient plea deal in federal history,
Vicky fucking Ward.
source said, I was told to back off, that Epstein was above my pay grade. I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence. Belonged to intelligence? Remember the Rosicrucian email? What are your thoughts on funding and constructing your own intelligence agency? He was already running one. And here's what the FBI found when they finally went inside. A painting of Bill Clinton in a blue dress, hanging on the wall. A framed photograph of Epstein with Pope John Paul II. A framed
Shank put out a TYT video about Epstein and Ghislaine being allowed or involved in 9/11. Let's go.
photograph of Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Roleplay costumes, including school uniforms. And there's a bunch more disturbing related artworks. There are a few emails that are a little mysterious. For example, this one. You had your eyes clenched shut last time. Not fair. Eyes clenched shut? Eyes wide shut? Stanley Kubrick's film about elite secret society rituals? Another weird one. An unknown sender. Sending a full wiki page for the Wicker Man? EFTA 027-22330. So, this movie's about ritual human sacrifice on a remote island. Recommending a film about sacrifice on an island to a man who owned an island. One more thing before I pull the thread. In part 1, I showed you a victim who wrote her diary in cipher, railfence cipher, and the DOJ decoded it. But there's another one, and she describes even more names.
Yeah, well, all these files make it look like a few powerful bad apples so nobody blames systemic corruption or capitalism. Yeah, sure, maybe, but that's not what I'm getting out of it. That's not what we're getting out of it. That's not our narrative. So, I mean, maybe our job is to, that is our job. That has been my point for a while, is that it's not, even if we got rid of these people, see, like, Epstein gone and it's still going on. Like, this teaches us how it all works. This teaches us that it is all these giant corporations. Like, it's not just Wexner, it's all these motherfuckers, right? It's the fucking music industry, it's everything, right? But yeah, we're not letting them get away with that shit. For sure. This just gives us a glimpse into how it all works.
Even more powerful men.
And gives us fucking the energy and the fucking pep to keep going because, dude, we're fucking right. We're so right. And not in a fucking, like, they're appeasing us kind of way. This shit is buried. Mind Unveiled did some good digging here.
She describes a financier who bit her and threw her on the floor. She describes a former Treasury official, a football team owner, a U.S. senator that she says looked like a grandfather.
Like, this is the proof that power structures do not fucking work. Look at what happens when we let these motherfuckers operate in secret and doing whatever the fuck they want and having unlimited money. This is proof that money, it doesn't fucking work. Look what they do with it. When you've got this much money, this is what they do with it. Sorry, money doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm getting from this. It's not, oh, it's just Jeffrey Epstein. Fuck no. We're not saying that. No one's saying that. And we're not going to let anyone say that shit.
But wasn't, and she names them.
I mean, look at the cover-up, right? Look at Pam Bondi fucking throwing it back up there for Epstein, bro. She's throwing it back to this day for a dead man.
She's actually literally writing about the system. Yeah, you're gonna have to look into that one on your own. Let me pull the thread. 1868, the Zodiac Club is founded. 12 seats. Rothschild, JP Morgan, the architects of the Federal Reserve. 1985, Les Wexner tells New York Magazine he's lived with a demon since boyhood. 2003, Epstein and Maxwell have a private audience with the Pope. 2007, Epstein purchases Aleister Crowley's sex magic books, The Aeon of the Child. 2010, he asks for help continuing an old school secret society. Gets invited to the Zodiac Club. His advisor offers to hack Google. He pays in wire transfer. 2011, he designs a 4-level harem modeled on the Ottoman Palace, the same email thread as a dinner with every tech billionaire alive. 2013, the creator of the world's most famous humanoid robot, an active member of Aleister Crowley's OTO, pitches Epstein a $3 million lab for mind uploading, and a robo-Epstein. 2014, Marina Abramovich performs for Larry Page, Elon Musk, and Epstein. 2015, a quantum computing scientist proposes new Rosicrucianism, a private intelligence agency, and experiments on the island. Epstein forwards it in 28 minutes. The reply? A shadow academy, media manipulation, psychedelic retreats for global influence, and things he wouldn't put in an email. 2017, a man with connections to Washington presents Epstein with Islam's holiest cloth, the kiswa, during a political meeting about Yemen. His island dome was proportioned using the golden ratio. His temple had the pillars of Solomon. His doorways were built so people couldn't leave. His files had a classified intelligence document. And when the US attorney asked why he got the lightest deal in federal history, the answer was, he belonged to intelligence. Everything I just told you has a document number. Part 1 was what Epstein was building.
This is fun.
The genetic
It's unveiling. Our theory of life is unveiling in front of our
the baby
eyes.
farm, the egg doctor. Part 2 is the secret societies, the occult, and the control system that protected it. Part 3 goes into the consciousness network. We haven't touched the psychic experiments, the remote viewing, or the scientists studying how trauma unlocks telepathy in children. We haven't even scratched the surface. But that's part 3. Thanks for watching, and all we can hope is that our minds may be unveiled.
All right, boys, I love you so much. I'm sorry I have to abruptly end stream, but I got to go try and trap Kiddo, and everyone's waiting on me, okay? So have a good night. We'll see you freaking tomorrow, 6 p.m. Thanks for coming to our short little fun stream, and yeah, we'll catch up. Maybe Mind Unveiled will have part 3 tomorrow. But all right, guys, have a good night. Damn, we're ending 65 strong. Let's go. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging. Good night. Sorry to leave you hanging, but, you know, if you need a meditation, we got 370 through 2 of them. So, all right, boys. Wish us luck. I'm going to go get Kiddo. Okay, have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.